What if I told you that by applying a simple principle, you could achieve more success and happiness in all areas of your life with less effort? Welcome to the 80-20 Principle by Richard Koch, where we explore a revolutionary concept that can transform the way we approach our lives. Koch begins by introducing the concept of the 80-20 principle and its origins, which date back to the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto. He discovered that 80% of the land in Italy was owned by 20% of the population, and this pattern repeated itself across various other fields. From this discovery, Koch has developed a practical philosophy that can be applied to everyday life. By identifying the 20% of actions that generate 80% of our desired outcomes, we can focus our energy and resources on the things that truly matter. Koch argues that this principle can help us achieve more success and happiness in all aspects of our lives, including work, personal relationships, and leisure time. Throughout the book, Koch provides numerous examples of how the 80-20 principle has been successfully applied by individuals and organizations. He also offers practical tips and strategies for implementing the principle in our own lives, and how we can overcome common obstacles and pitfalls along the way. Join us on a journey to discover how the 80-20 principle can transform the way we approach our lives, and how we can achieve more with less effort. Part 1. Overture. Chapter 1. Welcome to the 80-20 principle. In Chapter 1, Richard Koch provides a more in-depth explanation of the 80-20 principle. The author explains how the rule can be applied to various aspects of life, such as relationships, personal finance, and time management. Koch emphasizes the importance of recognizing the vital few and trivial many, and how this can be a game changer in one's life. The author provides examples of how the 80-20 principle has been used to achieve significant results. For instance, in the business world, focusing on the most profitable products or services has led to increased profits, while in personal finance, prioritizing saving has resulted in greater financial stability. Koch also notes that applying the 80-20 principle requires discipline and an understanding of what truly matters in one's life. Chapter 2. How to think 80-20. In Chapter 2, Koch provides practical advice on how to apply the 80-20 principle in daily life. The author argues that the 80-20 principle is not just a rule but also a way of thinking. Koch suggests that individuals need to change their mindset to focus on the vital few, rather than the trivial many. Koch provides several strategies to help individuals identify the most important inputs and activities, such as creating a priority list and focusing on high-impact activities. He also notes the importance of analyzing one's results regularly to ensure that the vital few are being addressed. Moreover, Koch explains that the 80-20 principle can also be used to eliminate or reduce the trivial many. The author suggests that individuals should delegate low-value tasks or eliminate them altogether to free up time and energy for more important activities. Overall, Chapter 2 provides practical advice on how to apply the 80-20 principle to daily life. By focusing on the vital few and eliminating the trivial many, individuals can achieve greater efficiency, effectiveness, and happiness. Part 2. Corporate success needn't be a mystery. Chapter 3. The Underground Cult. In Chapter 3, Koch delves into the history of the 80-20 principle and how it has been used throughout the years. The author notes that the principle has been around for over a century and has been applied in various fields, such as economics, business, and social sciences. Koch also highlights how the 80-20 principle has been embraced by a small group of individuals, whom he refers to as the underground cult. Koch explains that the underground cult consists of individuals who have applied the 80-20 principle in their lives and achieved great success. These individuals often have a unique perspective on life, focusing on the most critical inputs and eliminating or reducing the least important ones. Koch argues that by embracing the 80-20 principle, individuals can achieve significant improvements in various areas of life, such as business, relationships, and personal development. Before we continue, we would like to inform you that we release these summaries in audio format on Spotify before we release them on YouTube in video format, with subtitles. We have also created a goldmine of information which you can get exclusive access to by supporting us on Patreon. You get in-depth summaries plus scripts, usually twice the length of our YouTube content, a list of the top 20 key takeaways and exercises, summary requests, and more. Thank you for the support and don't forget to hit the like button. Chapter 4. Why your strategy is wrong. In Chapter 4, Koch explains why many strategies fail to achieve their intended results. The author notes that traditional strategic planning often fails to account for the 80-20 principle, resulting in a focus on the wrong inputs and activities. Koch argues that by applying the 80-20 principle to strategic planning, individuals and businesses can create more effective and efficient strategies. Koch provides several examples of how the 80-20 principle can be applied to strategic planning. For instance, he suggests focusing on the vital few customers or products to increase profits, rather than trying to serve everyone. Koch also notes that individuals should focus on high-impact activities, rather than low-value tasks, to achieve their goals. Moreover, Koch emphasizes the importance of analyzing one's results regularly and adjusting one's strategy accordingly. He notes that the 80-20 principle is not a one-time fix but rather a continual process of improvement and refinement. Overall, Chapter 4 highlights the importance of applying the 80-20 principle to strategic planning. By focusing on the vital few inputs and activities and regularly analyzing one's results, individuals and businesses can create more effective and efficient strategies. Chapter 5. Simple is beautiful. In Chapter 5, Koch discusses the importance of simplicity in achieving success. The author notes that simplicity is often overlooked in today's complex and fast-paced world. Koch argues that by focusing on simplicity, individuals and businesses can achieve greater efficiency, effectiveness, and happiness. Koch provides several examples of how simplicity has been used to achieve success. For instance, he notes that successful companies often have simple and straightforward business models, rather than complex and convoluted ones. Similarly, successful individuals often have a clear and simple vision for their lives and focus on the most important inputs and activities. Moreover, Koch notes that simplicity is not easy to achieve and often requires discipline and focus. He suggests that individuals should strive for simplicity in all aspects of their lives, from personal relationships to business strategies. Chapter 6. Hooking the right customers. In Chapter 6, Koch discusses the importance of customer selection in achieving business success. The author notes that not all customers are equal, and some customers are more valuable than others. Koch argues that by focusing on the most valuable customers, businesses can achieve greater profitability and success. Koch provides several strategies for selecting the right customers, such as identifying the most profitable customers and targeting them with customized products or services. He also notes that businesses should focus on building long-term relationships with their most valuable customers, rather than just making one-time sales. Moreover, Koch emphasizes the importance of analyzing customer data regularly to identify trends and patterns. By understanding their customers' needs and preferences, businesses can create more effective marketing campaigns and product offerings. Overall, Chapter 6 highlights the importance of customer selection in achieving business success. By focusing on the most valuable customers and building long-term relationships with them, businesses can achieve greater profitability and success. Chapter 7. The Top 10 Business Uses of the 80-20 Principle. In Chapter 7, Koch provides a list of the top 10 business uses of the 80-20 principle. The author notes that the principle can be applied in various areas of business, from marketing to product development. Koch highlights how the 80-20 principle can be used to achieve greater profitability, efficiency, and customer satisfaction. Koch's list includes using the principle to identify the most profitable customers, to streamline product offerings, and to focus on the most effective marketing campaigns. He also notes how the principle can be used to identify the most valuable employees and to prioritize tasks and projects. Moreover, Koch emphasizes the importance of analyzing business data regularly to identify trends and patterns. By understanding the most critical inputs and activities, businesses can create more effective strategies and achieve greater success. Chapter 8. The vital few give success to you. In Chapter 8, Koch emphasizes the importance of focusing on the vital few inputs and activities in achieving success. The author notes that success often comes from a small number of critical inputs, rather than a vast array of activities. Koch argues that by identifying the vital few and eliminating the trivial many, individuals and businesses can achieve greater success and happiness. Koch provides several examples of how the vital few have contributed to success, such as how a few critical employees can contribute to a company's profitability. He also notes how focusing on the most important relationships can lead to greater personal fulfillment. Moreover, Koch emphasizes the importance of discipline and focus in achieving success. He suggests that individuals should strive to eliminate distractions and focus on the most important inputs and activities in their lives. Overall, Chapter 8 highlights the importance of the vital few in achieving success. By identifying the most critical inputs and activities and focusing on them, individuals and businesses can achieve greater efficiency, effectiveness, and happiness. Part 3: Work less, earn and enjoy more. Chapter 9. Being free. In Chapter 9, Koch discusses how the 80-20 principle can be applied to achieve greater freedom and autonomy. The author notes that by focusing on the vital few inputs and activities, individuals can free up time and energy for the things that truly matter in life. Koch provides several examples of how the 80-20 principle can be applied to achieve greater freedom, such as by identifying the most important relationships and focusing on them, rather than trying to please everyone. He also notes how focusing on the most critical activities can lead to greater fulfillment and happiness. Moreover, Koch emphasizes the importance of discipline and focus in achieving freedom. He suggests that individuals should strive to eliminate distractions and focus on the most important inputs and activities in their lives. By doing so, individuals can achieve greater efficiency and effectiveness, leading to greater freedom and autonomy. Chapter 10. Time Revolution. In Chapter 10, Koch discusses how the 80-20 principle can be applied to time management. The author notes that time is a scarce resource and that by focusing on the vital few activities, individuals can achieve greater productivity and fulfillment. Koch provides several strategies for applying the 80-20 principle to time management, such as identifying the most critical tasks and completing them first. He also notes the importance of eliminating or delegating low-value tasks to free up time for more important activities. Moreover, Koch emphasizes the importance of regular reflection and adjustment in time management. He suggests that individuals should analyze their time used regularly to identify areas for improvement and adjust their activities accordingly. Overall, Chapter 10 highlights the importance of time management and how the 80-20 principle can be applied to achieve greater productivity and fulfillment. By focusing on the vital few activities and regularly analyzing time use, individuals can achieve greater efficiency and effectiveness in their lives. Chapter 11. You can always get what you want. In Chapter 11, Koch discusses the relationship between the 80-20 principle and goal setting. The author notes that by focusing on the vital few inputs and activities, individuals can achieve their goals more efficiently and effectively. Koch provides several strategies for applying the 80-20 principle to goal setting, such as identifying the most important goals and focusing on them, rather than trying to achieve everything at once. He also notes the importance of breaking down goals into smaller, more manageable steps. Moreover, Koch emphasizes the importance of regular reflection and adjustment in goal setting. He suggests that individuals should analyze their progress regularly to identify areas for improvement and adjust their activities accordingly. Chapter 12. With a little help from our friends. In Chapter 12, Koch discusses the importance of relationships in achieving success. The author notes that relationships are a critical input and that by focusing on the most important relationships, individuals can achieve greater success and happiness. Koch provides several strategies for building and maintaining relationships, such as focusing on the most critical relationships and investing time and energy in them. He also notes the importance of giving and receiving feedback in relationships to ensure they remain healthy and productive. Moreover, Koch emphasizes the importance of regular reflection and adjustment in relationships. He suggests that individuals should analyze their relationships regularly to identify areas for improvement and adjust their behaviors accordingly. Overall, Chapter 11 and 12 highlight the importance of goal setting and relationships in achieving success. By focusing on the vital few inputs and activities and investing time and energy in relationships, individuals can achieve greater efficiency, effectiveness, and happiness. Chapter 13. Intelligent and lazy. In Chapter 13, Koch discusses the relationship between intelligence and laziness. The author notes that intelligent people often have a natural tendency towards laziness, as they are more likely to focus on the vital few inputs and activities and avoid wasting time and energy on low-value tasks. Koch provides several examples of how intelligence and laziness have contributed to success, such as how intelligent individuals often find innovative and efficient solutions to problems. He also notes how laziness can lead to greater creativity and innovation, as individuals are forced to find new and more efficient ways of achieving their goals. Moreover, Koch emphasizes the importance of discipline and focus in achieving success, regardless of one's level of intelligence or laziness. He suggests that individuals should strive to eliminate distractions and focus on the most important inputs and activities in their lives, regardless of their natural tendencies. Chapter 14. Money, Money, Money. In Chapter 14, Koch discusses the relationship between the 80-20 principle and money. The author notes that the principle can be applied to achieve greater financial success and freedom. Koch provides several strategies for applying the 80-20 principle to money management, such as focusing on the most profitable products or services and investing in them. He also notes the importance of identifying the most critical expenses and eliminating or reducing low-value ones. Moreover, Koch emphasizes the importance of regular reflection and adjustment in money management. He suggests that individuals should analyze their finances regularly to identify areas for improvement and adjust their spending and investment strategies accordingly. Overall, Chapter 13 and 14 highlight the importance of intelligence and laziness and money management in achieving success. By focusing on the vital few inputs and activities and applying the 80-20 principle to money management, individuals can achieve greater efficiency, effectiveness, and financial freedom. Chapter 15: The 7 Habits of Happiness. In Chapter 15, Koch discusses the 7 habits of happiness. The author notes that happiness is not a result of external circumstances but rather a state of mind that can be cultivated through habits and practices. Koch's 7 habits of happiness include: 1. Simplify your life. By simplifying your life and focusing on the vital few inputs and activities, you can reduce stress and achieve greater happiness. 2. Focus on the present. By focusing on the present moment and being fully engaged in the present, you can achieve greater mindfulness and happiness. 3. Cultivate gratitude. By cultivating a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the good things in your life, you can achieve greater happiness and fulfillment. 4. Build relationships. By investing time and energy in your most important relationships, you can achieve greater happiness and connection. 5. Pursue your passions. By pursuing your passions and doing things that bring you joy and fulfillment, you can achieve greater happiness and satisfaction. 6. Embrace change. By embracing change and being open to new experiences, you can achieve greater happiness and growth. 7. Take care of yourself. By taking care of your physical and mental health, you can achieve greater happiness and well-being. Overall, Chapter 15 highlights the importance of cultivating habits and practices that lead to greater happiness and fulfillment. By simplifying your life, focusing on the present, cultivating gratitude, building relationships, pursuing your passions, embracing change, and taking care of yourself, you can achieve greater happiness and well-being. Part 4: Fresh Insights, the Principle Revisited. Chapter 16: The 2 Dimensions of the Principle. In Chapter 16, Koch discusses the 2 dimensions of the 80-20 principle, the input/output dimension and the time dimension. The author notes that by understanding these 2 dimensions, individuals can apply the 80-20 principle more effectively in their lives. The input/output dimension refers to the relationship between inputs and outputs. Koch notes that in most cases, a small number of inputs or causes are responsible for the majority of outputs or effects. By identifying these vital few inputs, individuals can achieve greater efficiency and effectiveness in achieving their goals. The time dimension refers to the relationship between time and results. Koch notes that the 80-20 principle can be applied over time, as well as across inputs and outputs. By focusing on the most critical activities and inputs over time, individuals can achieve greater long-term success and fulfillment. Moreover, Koch emphasizes the importance of regular reflection and adjustment in applying the 80-20 principle. He suggests that individuals should analyze their activities and inputs regularly to identify areas for improvement and adjust their strategies accordingly. Overall, Chapter 16 highlights the importance of understanding the 2 dimensions of the 80-20 principle and applying them effectively in one's life. By focusing on the vital few inputs and activities and applying the principle over time, individuals can achieve greater efficiency, effectiveness, and success. Conclusion. In the conclusion of the book, Koch summarizes the key points of the 80-20 principle and emphasizes its significance in modern life. He notes that the principle can be applied to virtually every aspect of life, from business and finance to relationships and personal well-being. Moreover, Koch emphasizes the importance of regular reflection and adjustment in applying the 80-20 principle. He suggests that individuals should analyze their activities and inputs regularly to identify areas for improvement and adjust their strategies accordingly. Koch also notes that the 80-20 principle is not a rigid rule, but rather a guide to achieving greater efficiency and effectiveness in one's life. He suggests that individuals should experiment with different approaches and find what works best for them. Finally, Koch encourages readers to apply the 80-20 principle in their lives and to share their experiences with others. He notes that by applying the principle, individuals can achieve greater success, happiness, and fulfillment in their lives. Overall, the conclusion emphasizes the significance and versatility of the 80-20 principle and encourages readers to apply it in their lives for greater success and happiness.